With humanity confronting the imminent danger of world destruction, will we succumb to the numbing slavery of the dark force, or rise to the challenge with our God-given spirit of compassion? As our hearts yearn to know our destiny, we turn to the clues and messages left by seers, saints, and prophets of the past and present, as well as from the stars. While their prophecies contain different cultural references and historical contexts, they share a common theme that when the final battle of light and darkness takes place in the end times, a powerful Savior or Messiah or Holy King will return to guide us out of calamity. The question is, how do we recognize the Savior when he/she is here, and what is our role in this critical time of the earth? In our series, Awaken True Love with the Savior to Dissolve Calamity, we will compare different prophecies and find the answers together. Professor Stephen Hawking was the eldest of 4 children in a family with a strong academic and medical background. From an early age, he was deeply fascinated by the stars and the sky. His mother recalled that she and her children would often lie in the backyard on summer evenings, gazing up at the night sky. Stephen always had a strong sense of wonder, she remembered. I could see that the stars would draw him. That early sense of wonder eventually matured into a lifelong scientific quest to understand the universe. Hawking graduated from the University of Oxford in 1962 with first-class honors and went to the University of Cambridge that October to pursue graduate research in cosmology, the study of the origin of the universe. As he was enjoying his life and studies in his first year at Cambridge, something unexpected happened.
I fell over and had great difficulty getting up again. My mother realized something was wrong and took me to the doctor. I spent weeks in Bart's hospital and had many tests. They never actually told me what was wrong, but I guessed enough to know it was pretty bad, so I didn't want to ask. In fact, the doctor who diagnosed me washed his hands of me, and I never saw him again. He felt that there was nothing that could be done.
The disease young Stephen Hawking had was amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, and it changed his life forever. He was told that he had only 2 or 3 years to live. He recalled the painful experience and how he was able to overcome the blow.
At first I became depressed. I seemed to be getting worse pretty rapidly. There didn't seem any point working on my PhD because I didn't know if I would live long enough to finish it. But then the condition developed more slowly and I began to make progress in my work. However difficult life may seem, it matters that you don't just give up. And there was also a young woman called Jane, whom I had met at a party. Getting engaged lifted my spirits. Every new day became a bonus, and I began to appreciate everything I did have.
The prognosis didn't deter Professor Hawking from pursuing an extraordinary scientific career or from building a rich personal life. He went on to achieve international acclaim with 12 honorary degrees and a fellowship of the Royal Society, frequently traveling around the world to give lectures and public speeches. His popular books include A Brief History of Time, The Universe in a Nutshell, and Black Holes and Baby Universes and other essays. In his later years, Professor Stephen Hawking emerged as a poignant voice warning of existential risks to humanity. one of them being global warming, which he identified as human-made.
One can see from space how the human race has changed the Earth. Nearly all the available land has been cleared of forest and is now used for agriculture or urban development. The polar ice caps are shrinking and the desert areas are increasing. At night, the Earth is no longer dark, but large areas are lit up. All this is evidence that human exploitation of the planet is reaching a critical limit, but human demands and expectations are ever increasing. We cannot continue to pollute the atmosphere, poison the ocean, and exhaust the land. There isn't any more available. One of the most serious consequences of our actions is global warming. The danger is that the temperature increase might become self-sustaining, if it has not done so already. Drought and deforestation are reducing the amount of carbon dioxide recycled into the atmosphere, and the warming of the seas may trigger the release of large quantities of CO2 trapped on the ocean floor. In addition, the melting of the Arctic and Antarctic ice sheets will reduce the amount of solar energy reflected back into space, and so increase the temperature further. We don't know where the global warming would stop, but the worst case scenario is that Earth would become like its sister planet, Venus, with a temperature of 250 centigrade, and raining sulfuric acid. The human race could not survive in those conditions.
As of this year, 2026, global warming has not stopped. All over the world, people are experiencing extreme weather patterns.
The first 29 COPs took place in one reality. A reality where we strive to avoid crossing Earth's limits. In Belém, we have the first COP to take place in a new reality. The first where we can be sure that we will cross limits. We will soon exceed warming of 1.5 degrees. We will further damage countries, economies, and the lives of millions of people. And the speed of change will accelerate until it becomes unstoppable. On the current path, many of Earth's systems will pass tipping points. One-way doors of irreversible, self-amplifying change. As one accelerates, it helps tip another, which fuels another,
etc.
At the current rate, the Earth is trending dangerously in the direction predicted by Professor Hawking, that is, becoming like Venus.
Scientists from Carleton University in Canada and Tomsk State University in Russia have found geological signs indicating that Venus once had a climate similar to Earth and was habitable. Currently, Venus's atmosphere is comprised of 96% carbon dioxide, and the surface temperature is 450 degrees Celsius. But climate modeling has shown that before a climate change event 1 billion years ago, Venus may have had rain, oceans, and possibly continents, snow, and other similarities with Earth. The new research efforts identified potential ancient river valleys on Venus's surface with patterns of river erosion that are surprisingly similar to those on our planet.
Studies show that Mars was also once habitable like Earth.
Scientists say they've discovered signs of a reservoir of liquid water on Mars, deep in the rocky outer crust of the planet. The study, based on seismic measurements from NASA's InSight lander, suggests there may be enough water for a global ocean.
NASA on Wednesday, September 10th, announced that intriguing leopard spots found on a rock sampled by the Perseverance rover could potentially be signs of microscopic life.
And that means there is a possibility, some would even say a probability, of life beyond Earth, including maybe even complex intelligent life.
Mars has evidence of being warmer in the past and of having stable liquid surface water for potentially hundreds of thousands of years. So it's possible that in Mars's past, there was a time where life could have evolved in that particular environment.
What happened on Venus and Mars that made them utterly barren? Our most beloved Supreme Master Qinghai, Vegan, revealed the catalyst that caused the final destruction of both planets. She also offered the solution to prevent our planet from experiencing the same unfortunate fate.
Now, the scientists also say it is possible that there was once life on Mars and Venus. Through meditation and inner knowledge, and also through the knowledge of higher planetary beings, I have been able to contact the people on Mars. Their ancestors were the survivors of the global warming catastrophe. They kindly gave us permission to share their sad past experience and painful lesson with the Earth people. That it was their animal people, meat diet, their other unpleasant habit, their livestock production that emitted too much hot and poisonous gas, which triggered the release of other greenhouse gases from huge stores under the soil and ocean. Venus experienced a similar fate as well. The people killed animal people for food and lacked compassion. So their extreme, unkind activities led to their climate crisis. Once the store of their good merit ran out. So tragically, the vast majority of people on Mars and all the people on Venus perished within a short time, along with the animal people and plant life. Very sad history. Our planet is also facing a similar fate very soon. I'm afraid to say that, but I have to. If we don't stop the animal people, meat production and consumption, we will face similar situation like Mars or Venus. We are running out of time. We must wake up soon. We must make a small sacrifice and changes. I'm hopeful. I'm having a positive feeling that it won't happen to us, but we all must work. We cannot sit there and wait for miracles to happen. God needs us to represent Him in compassion and merciful heart in the way we live a godly life, befitting God's children. If we all become vegan and live a virtuous, compassionate life, it won't happen. It's still not too late. It's still hopeful. Our planet will not follow this fate of Mars and Venus, and instead will be saved and thriving in every corner.
In our next episode, we'll explore more predictions by Professor Stephen Hawking.